Cur ke bibitan.
Some seeds, maybe like 2 days, and let the seeds germinate the roots, and we plant in polybag directly.
Okay.
Like this.
Sowing is you submerge them in water for 2 days, and that triggers the germination of the seed. And the seed will start to, an eye will start to appear on the seed, which indicates that the seed is actually alive here. And then if the ones that have eyes appear, you plant them in the poly bags.
So, ini susunan yang pertama sebelum kita spacing.
This is the initial spacing, or this is the initial setup. And how many seedlings are on a table in this setup?
For the setup, we have maybe
3,000 ya?
4,000?
4,000.
4,000 on a table.
and after we spacing one, we have like
2,000 or 3,000.
And spacing two, we have 1.5.
Yeah.
They need more space and less space.
Yeah. Why do they need more space?
Because the age is like persaingan.
Yeah.
Kompetisi.
They get more and more competitive as they get bigger,
Yeah,
and also to prevent against pest and disease.
yeah.
Because if you pack them densely, the moisture in the middle one can rise really dramatically. It's very prone to fungus. Big problem with seedlings, so try and get them aerated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when here have two tiny little ones are growing out there,
That's not Sengon.
that's not saying
It's very difficult process because depending on what you put in this bag, that entirely determines how the rest of it goes. So these are weeds.
Weeds.
Yeah. And one thing that team has to do, and you can do this if you see them, is just pull out the little weeds.
We pull it up. Maybe
here,
2
nothing
weeks.
is in here, right?
Yeah.
One or 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you pull out the little seeds, and you got to do that for 10,000 of them, right? So there's a lot of pulling out of seeds. But if different media has different characteristics.
Okay.
But it's different media because we use coconut.
Coco peat.
Coconut husk.
Husk.
It's called cocoa peat, but it's essentially ground coconut husk. So it's maybe we can have a feel of it later, but it's very light material. Have you ever touched an old coconut on the outside? Imagine the hair of a coconut just kind of ground into a fine powder.
Why do you do it? Like here it's more like soil and then it's coconut, or
So this is just topsoil.
Only
This is the
topsoil?
latest request.
Yeah, only topsoil.
Worldwide. The other worldwide ones up there, the first batch that are due for November, these are due for January, are topsoil, vermicompost, fertilizer, that's more rich media. But for cost reasons, Christine asked us to put only topsoil in these. So this is just land that we've scooped off the top of the surface of the earth and put in bags.
and it's still okay? Like I mean the quality.
The quality is not as good as the fertilizer ones, but the budget's the budget, so we just do to order for worldwide. If worldwide, if Christine the forester says we want this, we do this.
Okay.
Yeah. These are the ones in the trays are the FSF seedlings, and we have a different setup because of the different needs. So why do we use cocoa peat, Christy?
Efficient and like less
Uniform growing.
Yeah.
and easy for maintenance.
Yeah. Easy for maintenance, easy for movement.
You can put in with the other place.
And you can reuse trays and reuse.
Yeah. And for distribution,
Okay.
But
grade this.
for worldwide, they can't do that for one or two reasons. The first one is when you bring the seedlings to the farmer, the seedlings sometimes have to stay there for a few days or something. With the poly bags will last a little bit longer than cocoa peat, because cocoa peat requires a little bit more watering. So that's one thing, this retains water better. The other thing is that we can't lose all our trays, and so we can't give these trays full of seedlings to farmers and then never get our trays back. And so that's not really a viable solution for worldwide. So
Okay.
it's all based on need, which is interesting.
And this one, not single use like this.
Yeah.
Single use plastic.
Throw away.
We can reuse it.
Ini yang pakai coco peat
Yeah, it's the commercial.
sangat bagus pertumbuhan.
Yep. I mean, there's the weakness of cocoa peat is that it might slow down intermediate growth somewhat, depending on the adaptation to the field. But it just seems, so far from our tests, not really. There's a theory that it might slow down growth a little bit in the kind of first year and a half, but so far our data doesn't seem to show that. So we're going to keep doing cocoa peat for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you use NPK slow release, right?
Yep.
In this, but there's other than that, it's not a large amount of vermicompost, for instance. Yeah. Get the
What
wisat
else?
in
Come over here.
a little bit so your face
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
behind the watering system. Bagus.
Bagus.
That's better.
Thank you. Okay. So how long do they stay here?
How long?